If you grew up in a Nigerian secondary school, you should know the snack that we always saved money to buy. Today I'm taking a trip down memory lane. You just have to stay glued because today I'm sharing the secret those are school aunties use to get the perfect sale. Hello family, welcome back to the channel. If you have memories of this fish pie, just take a seat and let us get started. The soul of this pie is the fish. Back in school, they didn't use expensive fillets. So for this recipe, just use your fish of choice, slightly seasoned with some salt and some seasoning cubes. It's best to season the way you like, but also important not to do too much. Next, I'll be adding some curry and ginger powder, some thyme and loads of onions to kill that raw scent. Pour in enough water to cook your fish. If you would prefer air frying your fish, not boiling it, that will work as well. Cover your pot and let it cook for some time. After some time, you come and check back and voila, our fish is ready. Now carefully bring out all the cooked fish. Place all that fish on a plate. You can now set the fish stock aside for something else. Now to a very important step you cannot skip when making fish pie. Deboning your fish. It's so important. You definitely do not want to bite into a fish pie with a bone inside. So after cutting the fish and deboning it properly, just mash it all up with a fork. When that is all done, it's time to prepare the rest of the filling. Pour in a little oil into your pan, add some onions. I'm going to be using purple and white onions for this recipe. If you have only one type of onion, that's fine. Just saute that for a bit till it's nice and fragrant. Now it's time to add your flaky fish. Once you add it, just combine everything together nicely. Since this fish has already been seasoned, we're not going to do too much. Just add your ginger powder, your garlic paste, and little curry and salt. You can also add a little thyme, and that little extra curry and thyme is the secret school kick. It needs to be savory and slightly spicy. At this point, your neighbor should already tell you're making something special. Now add your finely diced carrots or spring onions. Also saute that as well. You can cover that up and let it cook for like 2 minutes. What we want is a nice and fairly dry filling. One quick tip: ensure not to make your filling watery. If it's too wet, it can make your pastry soggy and also difficult to seal. Add your scotch bonnet pepper and go on to mix everything together. Just take a look at this filling. It's exactly the kind of filling you want in your fish pie. Honestly, it was self-discipline that made me not to eat it all up. So now that everything is nice and ready, just bring it out of your pan and let it cool down. Well, while that is cooling, we set it aside and get ready to make our dough for fish pie. I actually love how simple it is to make the dough. It does not require so much ingredients or stress. Just sift your flour into the bowl. By now you should know the importance of sifting your flour. It makes the texture lighter and removes unnecessary impurities. Add your salt and then some onions, but this is optional but very flavorful. Mix everything till well combined. Now add your vegetable oil. This helps to make the pastry tender and beautifully crisp when fried, giving a fish pie that crunchy texture we like. With clean hands, go in and just mix everything together and gradually add your water. Please don't be tempted to add all the water at once. You want to add it little by little, because the amount of liquid you might need might vary depending on the flour you're using. You're looking for a soft dough that comes together without being too sticky. There is really no need to overwork the dough. What we need is for everything to come together very nicely. Just be patient with this process as you add your water, gradually of course. You can go ahead to knead this for like a minute or two. This is not like a serious kneading, it's just to make sure everything has come together and formed a beautiful dough like this. Go ahead to shape this in round and just place it back into your bowl to rest. Cover and let it rest for like 15 minutes. While that is resting, let's make something we're going to use to seal the edges of our fish pie, and that is just flour and water. You can add about 3 tablespoons of flour and just a little water. Once it looks like this, set it aside. After about 15 minutes, our dough is ready to be worked on. If your dough comes out this stretchy, just know you've got it right. Now it's time to divide your dough into different portions. The reason we are cutting it into smaller portions is so that it's easier for us to roll out. You don't want the pastry to be extremely thick. Nobody wants to eat such fish pie, believe me. So take one portion and roll it out very nicely. You can make it as thin as you like. If you have a round plate like this, just use it to cut out the portion you need. Remember the flour and water we mixed. Just rub it around and then add your fish. Please don't overfill it. I know it might be tempting because the filling is so good. If you overfill it, it makes it difficult to seal. You can use your fork to seal the edges and give it that classic fish pie appearance. Just look at that. It already has that appearance of the fish pie I remember. You can set that aside and continue or repeat the process for the rest of the dough. It's such a simple process. Roll out your dough, as thinly or as thick as you prefer. Then you can use a plate to cut out the size and shape you desire. If this fish pie took you back to your school days, then you definitely want to stay with me. Subscribe to the channel because we are bringing back more of these delicious recipes we grew up eating. We're going to be doing it one recipe at a time. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next one. Honestly, it's amazing how food can hold so many memories. You might not remember every detail of a particular period in your life, but one taste, just one taste or one smell can bring everything rushing back. Here are fish pies are sitting pretty ready for frying. Before frying, make sure the edges of each fish pie are properly sealed. Pour in enough oil into your pan. Test your oil by dropping in a little dough. When it starts frying, you can add in other fish pies bit by bit. Make sure you do not overcrowd your pan so that each fish pie has time to properly fry. And of course, expand if it wants to. Ensure that your oil is not too hot before you place your fish pie dough, so it does not turn brown quickly and the inside remains undone. While they are frying, turn them occasionally so that they can evenly cook. We are done frying the first batch. Now we are placing in our second batch. Frying them in batches makes you avoid overcrowding your pan. Once they're golden brown, bring them all out, and here it is, our delicious fish pie. The outer part of this fish pie is so crunchy, the inside so tasty. Now is the moment I've been waiting for. Let's cut one open. The crispy pastry and the savory fish filling, everything just works together. You know one thing I love about recipes like this? It's not just about food. Sometimes you're creating memories. So there you have it, my homemade Nigerian fish pie, inspired by the fish pie I used to buy from an auntie in secondary school. So tell me in the comments, guys, which one was your favorite secondary school snack? Thanks for watching and supporting. Bye!